Alright, let's get back into this carburetor for this weed whacker. I was cleaning things up and I noticed that this little check valve here goes on there was ripped, so I had to go and order a new one. So that took a couple of days to come in. So we'll get that stuck on there. It just fits right down in there, pushes right in. That's the where the primer pump goes on, like that. All right. And I found the screen that was missing. You can see that right there. Oh, fell off. Yeah, that little, trying to get this little focus in. Anyway, the little screen. And it goes right here in this big hole on the pump side. And I usually just poke it in there with a eraser on a pencil. So we'll line that up. It's centered on there. Kind of like that. And that just pushes right down in there. Like that. Make sure it's all the way in, and I'm got a good seal all the way around it. Okay. Then we put on our new diaphragm or pump part. Goes on like that. Then the gasket. Like that. Make sure everything's all lined up here. Then the pump, and you got to kind of open the throttle a little. Oh. It'd be easier to put this on this. It's got them aligning pins. Might be a little easier to do that. Keep everything lined up. Open up the throttle a little bit. Just like that. And then we need the big screw. Okay. That's the fuel pump side. So that's good and snug. Okay, now we'll do the needle valve side. Grab a little clean rag here. Kind of wipe everything off. Put that needle valve in there. Check on the seat there. Looks pretty good. And a little tiny spring. And the arm. And the screw. Make sure everything's okay there. Take that little tiny screen. Set it in the, there's a little recess right there. Alright, had some company stop by, so we'll go ahead and we'll put this needle jet in now. I got the needle in. I'm going to put this little tiny spring in. Kind of tough, the old hands don't want to work too good. And we'll, there's a little indent. We'll stand that spring up in there. And like that. And we got the pin in the mechanism. We'll hook that under the float, or not the float, but the needle valve. Drop that little screw in there. Okay. Okay, now I have a little deal. This is a WT220 carburetor, wheelbarrow, and I have my wheelbarrow gauge here. So this is the, right here is my gauge. This is the WT, so we can set this right there, and it should just touch that float, which it does, or the needle actuator, so that's good. Then we put on the diaphragm. Make sure you're in frame here. Goes on like that. Then the new gasket, it goes on top of that. Then the new pump body, or not a new pump body, but the primer pump body goes on. Then the new primer ball. Metal keeper over the top of that holds the deal, and then all of them are held together with 4 screws. Get those put in here. We've got quite a rainstorm going on today. Just kicked up. It's kind of cold out there too. It looks like the snow level's dropping down the mountain. This is May 20th, 2019. So we're still getting some cold weather. Yeah, it's coming down. You can probably hear the rain on the metal roof. It's not too bad in the shop here. Get my fat hand out of the way so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so that's that. That choke lever is kind of spinning on the shaft there. I'll have to glue it in place. A little epoxy or something. Okay, there's that. There's that. Let's put the jets back in. And the jet here, one is bigger than the other. so you can only put them in one way. And let's see, low is a little more than a turn out. If I remember right, the high was about 3/4. Alrighty. So now all we got to do is put the fuel line in the tank, and oh, we need to glue this back on. So that sets like that. And half choke, if I remember, was straight across. Boy, it's coming down now, I can hear it. My holes plugged on my super glue. See if I bet I can find a wire here big enough to go down in there. There we go. Drop of that on there. And then that'll, got it on half choke. You know, put this so it's just right straight across. Okay, we'll let that set up for a bit. And we'll get it set up over here where we can put those fuel lines on. So the carb's all put back together. Sounds like I can hear it. Alright, bring you back in a little bit.